Good morning to all of you. Today we are going to learn about the topic tenses. So in this video, we will learn about what are tenses, what are the various type of tenses and along with the various subtype of tenses. So first of all, we will begin the video by learning about what are tenses. As you can see, tense generally means time. The word tense, the meaning of the word tense is time. Time denotes the tenses. Like tense is a verb or tense of a verb, it tells us about when something happened. As we know, when is used to denote about the time. So tenses are basically used to define or used to tell us about the time when something or some work happened, like somebody completed the work, somebody did the work in the past, somebody is doing the work right now, that is in the present, and somebody will do the work tomorrow. For example, I completed my work yesterday. You are completing your work right now, and she will complete her work tomorrow. That means I am telling about the work, somebody completed it, somebody is completing it, and somebody will complete it. That means I am telling about the time when the work will be completed or when the work was completed. So when there is something that tells us about when some particular thing happened, that is called as a tense. So it basically means time. There are various type of tenses. Basically three type of tenses are there, like present tense, past tense, and the future tense. So present tense, first of all, present tense means present means the time that is going on, the time that is there, that is still there. Past means the time that has already gone, the time that has already completed. And future means the time that will come. So these are the three type of tenses. So now first of all, before moving towards the subtype of tenses, we will firstly learn about some general things. We will learn about some general points that are used in the tenses. For example, when we want to use the sentence, or when we want to talk about, when we want to say some sentence, use some sentence in the present tense, that is in simple present tense. When we want to tell that the work is in the present tense, the verb that is used with the present tense. So for simple present tense, to make the work, to make the sentence in the simple present tense, we add s at the end of the verb. Verb means the action that we do, verb means the work that we do. So with the work that is given to us, we will just add s at the end of that word. When do we add? There is also a point, like when do we add s? We will add s only when the subject is singular, means when we are talking about only one person or one thing or one animal, particularly one singular subject. So with the singular subject, we will use s with the verb, we will add s at the end of the verb. But when there is the plural subject, when the cases of plural subject means more than one person or thing, etc., so we will not add s with the verb, because plural, with the plural subjects we cannot add the s with the verbs. So for example, you can see the dog barks. So now here we can see the subject is the dog. Dog means one. The dog is a singular thing. The animal, sorry, dog is one animal. It is a singular, right? So for singular, the verb given to us is bark. So the dog barks. This for the singular, what we have done is we have added s. As we can see, we have added s at the end of the verb. So it becomes the dog barks. Now we can see the dogs. Now the dogs means plural, means many dogs are there. For many dogs, the subject is same. Subject given to us is same, bark, but we haven't added s at the end. So this is in case of the plural thing. So in this way we can change the action into the simple present tense. So now if we want to make a simple past tense, if we want to convert something, if we want to convert some sentence into a simple past tense of a regular verb, means of a verb given to us, of a verb given to us, we want to make it a simple past tense. So what we do is we add d or ed at the end of the verb. At the end of the verb means the action that is given to us. Like for the simple present tense, we added s at the end in the case of singular, and we do not add anything in case of plural with the verb. So when we want to make a simple past tense, then what we do with the verb, we add d or ed at the end. For example, you can see smile is given to us, the verb smile is given to us, and when we add when we add d at the end, because it ends with e, so when we add d at the end, it becomes smiled, means past tense. Secondly, look is given to us, no ed is there, so what we do, we add ed at the end of look, it become looked, and it is the past tense. Now as we have learned that we can add d or ed at the end of the verb to make them simple past, right? But there are some verbs also, these are irregular verbs, they change their forms in different type of ways. Like we cannot add d or ed at their end, they change differently. Like run became ran, swim become swam, so they change in different manner. Now if we want to make the simple future, as we have learned about the simple present tense, simple past tense, for simple present add s with the singular subject to the verb, and leave the leave the verb as it is for the so, plural subject. For the past we add we add d or ed at the end of the verb. And if we want to make the simple future tense, then the rule is we will use will plus verb. Will plus verb is used. For example, Rahul will play for the team. Now what is play? We have seen will is there, play is the verb, play is the action that is used. Similarly, Meera will come to my house tomorrow. Meera will, we have seen Meera will come to my house tomorrow, will here is the verb that is used. In this way, these are some general rules in which we can change, with the help of which we can change the simple verbs, regular verbs, into simple past, present or future respectively. So there are various subtypes of present, past and future tense also. Like we are going to learn about the two types only, that is simple and the continuous tense. Simple tense is also called as the indefinite tense, means it is the second name for the simple tense, indefinite tense, and the second one is the continuous tense. These are used for, like these two are used for both the tense, for all the tenses, like present simple, present continuous, past simple and past continuous, future simple and future continuous. For present, past and future simple, you can use indefinite also, like present indefinite, past indefinite and future indefinite. Now we will learn about the various types in detail, the type of tenses in detail. So firstly, we are going to learn about the simple present tense. Firstly, as I've already told you, why do we use the simple present tense? The basic reason of using the simple present tense is to define something that happens in the present time, means to tell about something that happens, that goes in the present time. Means present time means the time that is already going on. As we have already discussed about the present time, what is the present time? Present time is the time that is already going on. Already going on means like today is present. So when we want to talk about something, when we want to tell about something that happens in the present time, then we use the simple present tense. The general rule here, it is given the general rule. General rule means how we can change the simple sentence into simple present tense, how we can change a regular sentence into simple present tense. The rule is given to us. Rule is subject plus first form of verb. V1 denotes the first form of verb. Then according to the subject, we can add s or es. Like for singulars, we add s or es, and for plural, we don't add s or es with the verb, as we have learnt in the previous part. And then the object. So this is the basic rule with the help of which we can change any sentence into simple present tense. Simple present tense is used for various type of things. Now we will have a look at how we can use the simple present tense, why we can use it. Like firstly, simple present tense is used to tell about the things that take place in the present, means that happen in the present time. Like I open the door, I open the door. Here I is the subject, open is the verb, and the door is the object. I open the door. For today, like today I also open the door. I open the door every day. That like every day means every new day. Every new day means present. Today is present. Then tomorrow, for tomorrow it will become today. For it will become today also. Like in the present it will become today. So then I will also open the door. So open here is the verb. Then simple present tense is also used for habitual or regular actions. Now what do we mean by habitual or regular actions? Habitual actions means our habits. Regular actions, the works that we perform regularly, the works that we perform daily. So that are the habitual or regular actions. Like I brush my teeth every day. As all of us brush our teeth every day, all of us go to our school, all of us study, we eat food, we sleep every day. These are some actions that we complete or that we do every day. These are become our habits, or these are the regular actions. So for our regular actions and habits, then we use the simple present tense. Then is the universal truth. Now what do we mean by universal truth? Universal truths are the truths that cannot be changed. There are some things that cannot be changed, like the sun rises in the east. As we all know, the sun rises in the east only, and we cannot deny this fact. This is a truth that the sun rises in the east. This cannot be denied. So this for this we use the simple present tense. Like we can say the stars shine at night. We do know that the stars cannot shine in the sky in the morning time. So the fact that stars shine in the night, it cannot be denied. It is a universal truth, and that is why we have used the stars shine. The stars is a subject, shine means the first form of verb, and in the sky at night is the object. So in this way we use the simple present tense. Now we will learn about the usage of simple present tense in the form of some the blanks that are given to us. There are some blanks given to us, there are some sentences given to us, and at the end of every sentence there are some words in the brackets given to us. We have to write down the exact answer by looking at the subject. What we have to do is we have to look at the subject, and then we have to choose the verb that is given in the bracket, and we have to write the verb accordingly, according to the subject. Like if it is a plural subject, we will write the word as it is, and if it is a singular subject, we will add s or es accordingly. Like the bank dash at 12 a.m. on Saturdays. Now closes the word that is given to us. So the bank is singular. So what we have to do is we will write down closes. So here I am writing s at the end. The bank closes at 12 p.m. on Saturdays. The train dash at midnight. The train singular. So arrive is the word given to us. So we will write the train arrives at midnight. The children dash their grandfather every day. Call. Now children means more than one. Child is used for singular, and children means plural. Children is used for plural. So call will be written as it is. So when then fourth one is Meera dash the glass windows every week. Clean. Meera is a singular. Meera is a single person. Meera is one girl. So with clean we will write down S. Meera cleans the glass windows every week. Next is grandpa usually dash 5 lengths of the pool. Swim. Grandpa only one person, so grandpa usually swims 5 lengths of the pool. My dog dash for me at the bus stop every afternoon. My dog means only one dog here is given to us, so my dog waits for me. So in this way we can change the simple verb, regular verb, into a simple present tense. Now, as we have learned about the simple present or the present indefinite tense, now the second form is the present continuous tense. We are learning about the present continuous tense now. So firstly, what is present continuous tense? Present continuous tense is the tense that is used to talk about something that is going on right now, that is happening in the present time right now. Means to tell about the action that we are doing currently in the current time. Like I am teaching you right now. What work I am doing? I am teaching. So I am telling about the current time, what I am doing right now, the action that I am performing right now. These are used, the present continuous tense is used to tell about the things that are happening in the present and they are unfinished. Unfinished here means they have not been completed yet. Means I am teaching you right now and I have not completed. I have not finished the teaching. My teaching is still going on. I am teaching about the topic and topic is not finished yet. So that is why this is a present continuous tense. Now the general rule to change any sentence into present continuous tense is subject plus ismr plus first form plus ing. Means along with the subject you have to choose the helping verbs is mr, means related to the subject you can choose the is mr, and then first form of verb, and along with the first form you have to write down ing. Now for example, as let me tell you, like for if we are using the singular, if we are using the singular subject, the boy, the girl, he, she, it, then we use is, with I we use am, and with plural we use are. For example, you can see Sheena is dancing. Sheena is the subject here, Sheena is one girl, so is used here. And dancing, dancing is formed of v1 plus ing. How? The v1 is, the v1 is dance. V1 means first form of verb, it is dance, and when we add ing at the end of dance, it become dancing. Second is I am reading. With I we have used am, and reading is read plus ing, that is v1 plus ing. So in this way we can convert any regular verb into the present continuous tense. Now we will find out the verbs in the present continuous tense. See, some sentences are given to us. What we have to do is we have to read the sentences and we have to find out the present continuous tense, and then we have to underline the verbs. We have to underline the verbs of the present continuous tense. Verbs means the actions. Like someone is knocking at the door. Now which is the action? Someone is the subject, is the helping verb. Someone means only one person might be there, so is the subject. Knocking, to knock, knock plus ing. See, students, is the general trick is whenever you see there is a word with ing, that is the verb of the present continuous tense. So you have to underline the words, you have to find out the words that are having ing at the end, and you have to underline that. Like second, in the second one, I am pasting our holiday photographs in this album. Paste plus ing, pasting. The lions are sleeping under that tree. So the word sleeping is having sleep plus ing. So here it is the verb. Sleeping is the verb. It is raining heavily. Rain plus ing, raining. I am reading a book. Read plus ing, reading. The computer is not working. Work plus ing is working. So these are the verbs that are in the present continuous tense. Nextly, we are going to learn about the simple past tense. Firstly, simple past tense, the that represent the things, that represent the works that happened in the past. Past means the time that has gone, like yesterday, a day before yesterday, last month, last week, last year, and so the time that has already gone. The things that we completed, the actions that we completed in the past time, the actions that we completed in the time that has already gone, that relates to the simple past tense. The general rule for simple past tense is this: subject plus second form plus object. Very simple rule it is. You just have to write down the subject, then you have to write down the second form of the verb. The action will be given to you, you just have to change the action into the second form of verb by using d or ed. As we have learned in the previous rules, d or ed will be added, and then the object. For most of the verbs, as it is already given to us here, for most of the verbs ed is added to the to make the verb into simple past tense. We just add ed, like book, booked, kick, kicked. And see, there are some other rules also, like for the verbs that end in a vowel. Vowels are a e i o u, right? The vowels are a e i o u. When there is a word that ends with, when there is an action that ends with any vowel a e i o u, then we add d. How do we add? Now the question that would arise in your mind is, ma'am, where do we add d, or where can we add ed? So when the word ends with vowels a e i o u, then we add only d. Like smile, smile ends with e is a vowel, so we will add only d. Bake, baked. And then there are some verbs we double the last letter and then add ed. Some of the verbs are there for these verbs. We have to, what we have to do is, the last word, the whatever the last word is given to us, we will double it. Whatever the last letter is given to us, we will double the last letter, and then we will add ed at the end. Like spot, spot will become spotted, double t and ed. Hog, hog, double g and ed. And then the verbs that ends with consonant, we have learned about the words that end with vowels, we'll add d. Then the verbs that end with a consonant and they are followed by y, end with a consonant, and at the end of the word there is a y. Means for some verbs there are there are some verbs that end with y, and before y there is a consonant. Apart from a e i o u, there is a consonant. So what we will do, we will replace y with i e d. We will drop y and we will write i e d. Like cry, cry ends with y, So, and it's the word before y is r, that is a consonant. So what we do is we replace y with ied. We have removed y and we just add ied, so it become cried. Similarly for try, try will become tried. Now there are some words given to us, there are some actions given to us. We have to write down the past tense forms of these, simple past tense form of these, like agree, agreed. Agree ends with e is a vowel, so agreed. Eat, ate, ate, not eigst, it is ate, ate. It is the simple form, simple past form. Find, found. Walk, walked. Fall, fell. Bring, brought. Bury, buried. Ends with y, beta. See, as we have learned about, it ends with y, so we will replace y and we will add ied at the end of this. Buried. Drop, dropped. Double ped. Drop, dropped. So now we'll learn about the past continuous tense. What is a past continuous tense and why do we use it? Past continuous tense, as we have already learned about the present continuous. Present continuous, I have already told that present continuous means the actions that are still going on in the present, that are not completed, that we are doing in the present. So past continuous is used to talk about the things that were happening at some point of time in future, that were happening at a particular time in past, not future, sorry, that were happening in the past time, at a particular time. So like that happened in the past tense, that happened yesterday, a day before yesterday or so, and at a given time. For the general rule is subject plus was were. As in the present, as in the present continuous we used is mr, so in the past continuous we have to use a past helping verbs that are was and were. For every continuous tense, the verb would be first form plus ing. Every time, whenever there is continuous, be it present continuous, be it past continuous, or be it future continuous, every time we have to use the first form plus ing. Only the helping verbs will change. Like for present, it was is mr, and for past it will become was and were. Similar, rest of the things will remain as it is. Like he was writing his essay all day yesterday. Writing, writing is the verb, first one plus ing. Then all day yesterday, yesterday means the day that has gone, previous day. So he was writing previously, so that is with the singular we have used was, and with plural we will use were, and along with that, with I we always use was. I was working when the phone rang means when the phone rang means when somebody called me, I was working at that time. Now for the past continuous tense, there are also some blanks given to us. We just need to, there are some, as we can see, there are some words given in the brackets. What we have to do is, according to the subject, we will choose was or were, and then we have to add ing with these words that are given in the brackets. Like in the first one, I dash watch my favorite television show yesterday. I, with I we use was. I was watching. Watch plus ing will become watching, so I was watching. She dash paint the room all by herself. She is a singular. For singular we use was. She was paint plus ing painting. She was painting the room all by herself. The sun was shining this morning. It was raining when I got off the bus. I was wearing my favorite shirt when I spilled the juice on myself. I was wearing means I was wearing my favorite shirt when I spilled the juice on myself. So in all the sentences, you can see we have used was because all the words, all the subjects given to us were singular. That is why we used was and we added ing with the verbs that were given to us in the brackets. Lastly, we are going to learn about the simple future tense. Simple future tense is used to talk about something that will happen in the future, like that can happen tomorrow, day after tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, or so. Like the things that the works that will be happening in the future, that will come in the future. So that are the simple future tense. For simple future tense, the subject, the rule is subject, then we will use will or shall, then first form of verb, and then object. Every time for future, we are using the first form of verb with the will or shall for the simple future tense. Like we will go for a concert this evening. This evening means we are talking in the morning. I am talking to you and I'm telling you about this in the morning, that this evening means today's evening we will be going. Today's evening we will go. Like now present is morning, so I am telling you that in the evening, evening will come. Evening has not come, evening has not arrived yet, so evening will come, right? So in the evening we will go. Will is the helping verb used, and go here is the first form of verb. We will go for a concert this evening. Now for simple future we have to use will, or we have to use will and then first form. Like it's late, so we will take a shortcut. It is already late, so we will take a shortcut. Because we are already late, so we have to reach home, so we will take a shortcut. I hope you dash finished your homework before you go outside. Finished is given to us, finished is second form, but for the simple future tense we have to use the first form along with will. So I hope you will finish your work before you go outside. I will become an artist when I grow up. Dia joined a class yesterday. Dia joined a dance class. Sorry, Dia joined a dance class means joined means past is given to us. So now we have to tell about future. Dia will join a dance class. They will eat a light lunch before the set off. So this was all about the tenses and the type of tenses. I hope you have learned about the tenses and you have enjoyed the video. Thank you and have a nice day.